And it turns out that when we started this campaign, my bet was that the American people did too. And that if we could tap into that spirit, if we could tap into the sense you have in your gut, that we can be doing better than we're doing right now, that as daunting as it might be, as hard as the status quo might fight against us, as deeply entrenched as the special interests might be, that this might be one of those turning points, one of those crossroads, one of those forks in the road where we could get America back on a path that inspires us, that excites us. And you know what? With 48 days to go, we can do that. That's why I'm running for President of the United States. And that's why you're here tonight, because all of us believe that we are going to seize this moment, and we're not just going to win the White House, we're going to change this country. That's what this evening's about. Now, it's going to require some hard work. Yeah. It's not going to be easy, because even as people have gotten cynical about politics, politics itself has become this game, this sport, full of distractions and distortions and tit for tat. And over the last several weeks, we've been seeing ample example of what this kind of politics is. It's all about lipstick and pigs. And it's understandable that John McCain has gone down this path, because if you don't have new ideas, then you rely on the old politics. And what we've been seeing is an old politics to hide the fact that my opponent essentially wants to implement the same policies we've had over the last 8 years. Same tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, leaving the middle class out of luck. The same absence of a strategy to boost our education system so that every child can compete in this new global economy. The same indifference to millions of people without health care, and the burden that rising health care costs places on businesses, large and small. The same misguided attitude when it comes to the war in Iraq, even as we neglect a war that has to be won in Afghanistan, and bin Laden is setting up safe havens and camps where he's training to potentially attack America once again. On the central issues of this election, there is not a dime's bit of difference between George Bush and John McCain. Not the same attitude with respect to regulation that says that, oh, the market takes care of itself. So that whether it's subprime lending or cooking the books or piling up debt and risks that now are manifesting themselves in we don't know yet what. That's sort of the philosophy we have. The market's king, and the government deregulates and doesn't worry about it. So it's not surprising, since there are no new ideas there, that we've been seeing a lot of the old politics. And you know what? Let's face it, in the past it's worked. I mean, my opponents, they're not very good at governing, but they're pretty good at lying. And they're pretty good at running elections. But you know what's been interesting over the last couple of days? I think some of you may have noticed this, because you know, you guys get nervous. The election's close. And whenever I come to LA, I get a lot of suggestions about what we should be doing. And we get a lot of scripts for TV ads that this is going to be the killer. This is the one that's going to put you over the top. days that suddenly the coverage has changed. Because what happens when times are really tough is people are reminded this is not a sitcom, it's not a reality show. That we need leadership that understands what this 21st century economy requires, that understands the nature of 21st century threats, that recognizes that the world has changed and will continue to change, and we have to change with it. And we have to change in a way that's reflective of our values. We have to change to make sure that the American promise doesn't slip away. And that's why people wonder sometimes, you know, he seems pretty calm. The reason I'm calm is because I have confidence in the American people. That when they focus their attention on this election, and they see that we have a choice between more of the same economic neglect and policies that are actually going to lift up the middle class and give them a chance, when people see the choice between the same broken healthcare system and a system that would provide affordable healthcare to every single American, when they see a choice between substandard schools and reforms that pay our teachers more and invest in early childhood education and make college affordable for every young person in America, when they see a choice between a continuation of a war that has not made us more safe and an end to this war in Iraq so we can start dealing with Al-Qaeda but also reinvesting in America, when they see a choice between an administration and a president and a White House that is abiding by the Constitution and believes in civil rights and due process and habeas corpus, and one that does not, when the American people see that choice, I trust that they will make the right choice. And our job in the next 48 days is to make that choice crystal clear, so there's no ambiguity, that you can put a slogan like change on the same old policies and the American people will not be tricked. They know what is real change and what is just a bunch of politicking and repackaging. But I need you to do it. I'm not going to be able to do this alone. We are going to need everybody to decide that over the next 48 days, we are not going to allow a small politics when we need big ideas. So I'm going to need everybody here to understand this is not the end. You know, it's nice to have Barbara singing, and it's nice to have Ben and Raul performing, but that's not what this is about. This is about a struggle for the future. It's about the struggle for the next generation. It's about who we are as a country and who we are as a people. And this is a serious fight, and I intend to win it, but I'm going to need your help. I need you to knock on doors. I need you to make phone calls. I need you to email your friends. I need you to keep on going out there and arguing and fighting. And if you do that, then I guarantee you, we're not just going to win this election, but we are going to spend the next 4 years transforming this country and making sure that we've got a better world for our children and our grandchildren. Thank you very much, Los Angeles.